Tens of thousands of women die each year from breast cancer. In today's Buddy Check 3 report, the Lewis Cancer Research Pavilion at St. Joseph's Candler has seen better outcomes for breast cancer in the past few years. And much of that is due to clinical trials, which bring the latest treatments to Savannah. Joining us right now is Stephanie Reyes. She's the manager of clinical trials at the Lewis Cancer Research Pavilion. Stephanie is here to tell us about a new innovative clinical trial for breast cancer patients. And Stephanie, first off, I want to say thank you for being with us this evening.
Thank you, Tina. It's a pleasure to be here this evening.
Well, you know, I understand that the Lewis Cancer Research Pavilion was actually one of the first in the country to get this new trial. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, that's correct, Tina. So the Lewis Cancer Research Pavilion is one of the first centers in the U.S. to activate this trial and enroll a patient. So this is ASCO's CDK dosing knowledge study, which is just stands for CDK 4/6 inhibitor dosing knowledge, CDK. And we're looking at different dosing strategies that are aimed at helping older women stay on treatment longer and have better outcomes and quality of life.
Well, Stephanie, what makes this particular trial different from others at Lewis Cancer Research Pavilion?
Yeah, it is a little bit different. So this study is for older women first, or older patients. It's actually enrolling any breast cancer patient that's over the age of 65 or older. This study is also looking at just gaining the real world knowledge from these women and these men who will partake in this study. So what that means is these are treatments that these patients will already be receiving. We're just looking at different dosing strategies. So some patients will start at the FDA approved dose and others will start at a low dose and slowly incrementally increase their dose until it's a dose that is right for them. So it's really individualized treatment.
Okay. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Listen, we know that early detection is the key when it comes to detecting breast cancer. I'm wondering about women and being involved in a breast cancer trial. Do you ever have moments where women may stop their treatment?
Yes, unfortunately that does happen sometimes, and patients that are 65 and older are at greater risk for different reasons why they might stop their treatment, whether that be different illnesses, comorbidities we call them, different medications that they take, just a variety of reasons for which a patient may stop their treatment. So older patients are at greater risk for this, and so this is why they're the age group of patients that are enrolling in this study.
Right now we want to take some video of the infusion center at the hospital. Stephanie, can you talk a little bit about why it's so important when you look at a specific age group being involved in a trial? And talk a little bit about the infusion center, if you will.
Okay, sure. So our older patients are generally the ones who are going to be more likely to be diagnosed with this disease, metastatic breast cancer. And like I mentioned previously, our older patients are the ones that are at greater risk for side effects from their treatment, which leads to early discontinuation or pauses in their treatment, which could, obviously potentially limit the efficacy of the drug if they're not able to take it or if they discontinue it altogether. Our infusion, we have infusion in Hilton Head, South Carolina, Bluffton, South Carolina, and in Savannah, Georgia. And those are the 3 locations that have this trial available at this time. We also have infusion available in Pembroke, Statesboro, Hinesville, and with our partnership in Jessup.
And last question, when it comes to those clinical trials, what questions should people ask? I guess one in particular, if they are interested.
Yes, so for this particular study, I would advise that the patient ask their physician or their provider if the study is right for them. Secondly, in just clinical trials in general, any question, every question. The most common questions typically are about side effects, risks, how long a patient might be on treatment, and if their insurance will cover the treatment.
All right, and I know you have more than 40 clinical trials happening at the Lewis Cancer Research Pavilion, St. Joseph's Candler, but we want to stick to this particular trial and let you know at home, if you're interested in learning more about the new breast cancer clinical trial or even enrolling in it, all you have to do is go to wscv.com/breast cancer trial. Stephanie, I want to thank you so much for sharing what I consider all important information for breast cancer patients.
Yes, thank you, Tina.